Bondee's Barnyard is a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game that's come out recently, and I've watched a few YouTubers play it. The concept of the game itself drew me immediately and had a unique spin on it. However, this concept ended up being a foil in a way, and on the surface, you may never truly understand how much this game toys with your emotions, even though it's not necessarily long. I'd argue it's even more tragic than the lights of the original Five Nights at Freddy's games, at least when compared to FNAF 1 through 4. The story of the game throws us into an unheard of situation right from the start. Instead of playing as a night guard, the night guard is the main antagonist of the game. There are other animatronics to worry about too, but I'd argue in the main game the true antagonist is the mother. First off, we learn that the mother sent their kid to Bondee's Barnyard seemingly on their own. It's honestly unclear. Why the fuck would you do this? Like, the parents in my city are pieces of shit too, sure, but it's almost comical how brain dead the mother is. There are animatronics everywhere and you just let them, wander off on their own. It also doesn't help that the animatronics are fairly sentient. I can't tell how sentient, but they're aggressive enough to try and attack Ko at any given moment for seemingly no reason. I thought it was only when Ko, the animatronic you play as to protect the birthday boy, by the way. Oh yeah, did I mention? It's the kid's birthday. Are you getting where this is going yet? Yeah, I don't like it. Now, for some odd reason, the animatronics are just out to kill this kid and or attack Ko. They know that the night guard will shock them too if they go on a murdering spree, right? At least I would assume so. Does the night guard know that Ko is hiding a kid inside of her? They don't seem to give a shit because they only react if Ko tries to close the door or something like that. But that makes very little sense, since the night guard should be watching the other characters too. I don't think this is bad writing or anything. I think the adults in this game are just supposed to be retarded. So throughout the one night, because yes, this takes place across just one singular night, not 5 nights like, the regular FNAF games do. The kid meets all the characters throughout this night, and they're generally nice to him at first. The pig has the kid help him build a house, and the sheep checks the kid's counting skills. Why? I don't know. It seems so harmless, though. Yeah, this is where shit starts getting bad, because of course it does. Later the kid meets Bondee, which I'm convinced the mother just never followed the kid after all this time and left him to fend for himself. The star mascot, Bondee, offered them a cake, and while looking very reluctant, he blew out the candles. This scene in particular really cuts into my heart because you can tell this kid really doesn't want to hurt Bondee in any way, and just wanted to enjoy his party. And here's Bondee offering him a treat. What would you have done in his position? Nervous but not wanting to disappoint Bondee, he blows out the candles. This ends up setting Bondee on fire, and he's screaming in agony. Hold on a fucking second, dude. I have some questions. How sentient is this animatronic that it could be burned in the first place? Usually fire doesn't affect robots, so why the hell was Bondee crying out in agony like this? Do they have pain receptors? Why would you make a robot that can feel pain and then put him in a place where kids run around and there are open flames? Sure, it's mentioned that they're too weak to hurt adults, but that seems like a huge oversight for machines that can feel pain. There's nothing keeping the adults from harming them, and what's worse is they don't seem to be tested for aggression because they go out of their way to attack the child after he accidentally burns Bondee. Something they shouldn't be able to do in the first fucking place? What the fuck is going on? Freddy's was bad, but at least at Freddy's, other humans had to cause the accidents themselves. The robots here seem to be a little too aware for their own good. And as far as Ko goes, it's basically told us that he, she, whatever, has no fucking idea what's happening. Which means the Tronics have their own individual consciousness. Again, I ask, why? What's the purpose? They don't all run on the same system? They really are sentient, but why the fuck did you make sentient robots with their own consciousness and free will to serve pizza to toddlers? Furthermore, why can they feel pain? Bro, I'm never gonna get over that, man. So Ko, just being oblivious, notices that the birthday kid is incredibly afraid and doesn't hesitate to help them. So Ko vores the kid. No, I'm serious. The best thing that Ko can think of doing is eating the kid, which I can see why they may have chosen to do this. As far as we know, there's nowhere to really hide the kid, and the kid may not know how to get to the exit on their own. If only they had a parent to come look for them. He's probably out clubbing, smoking weed, or leaving shit-filled underwear in the tampon basket like a fucking jackass.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Twice that has happened now. Twice. You're disgusting, and I hope you fall down a flight of stairs. Anyway, Ko, with little choice, tries to help the kids, keep the kids safe from the animatronics that are now out for blood, seemingly on behalf of Bondee. The pig and the sheep, no, I can't remember their names, and I don't care enough to look them up, as well as the chickling, must all respect Bondee a lot, because they drop anything that they're doing and hunt down this kid. Sure, they burn their boss, and I can get that they're a little miffed, but they automatically know Ko is hiding the kid and are willing to kill Ko to get to the kid. I mean, like, do they not realize, and I'm pretty sure I already pointed this out, but if the night guard sees that, Ko is doing weird shit, he would shock Ko. So it's like, the same rules apply for the other animatronics, right? Or am I just stupid? Like, in this situation, I can see Ko maybe being unpopular. Maybe that's why they weren't aware of what was happening at first. They seem to start in that back room where I think you could get ice cream or something. I guess that makes sense as Ko is a cow, but it doesn't exactly explain why they're away from all the other kids. Maybe all the animatronics turned around closing time, and that was when the birthday kid tried to hide after turning Bondee into Old McRib a while ago. I know he's a kid, so he might not have thought of this or something, may have been blocking him from doing so, but why didn't you just leave the barnyard itself? I'll just give you the benefit of the doubt that you were more concerned with running away than going back to your shitty ass mother. So after a few hours pass and Ko gets used to all the attacks, things seem calm. It looks as if the birthday kid might actually make it out of this alive, and he's suffocating to death. Holy shit. The way they do this is really fucking genius. At all times, there's a screen on the wall that displays a percentage. That is the oxygen of the birthday kid, and in order to keep the kid from suffocating to death during the regular nights, Ko has to open her mouth. This, of course, is one of the ways the night guard can catch and inevitably kill you. Funny thing is, the night guard has a pretty good camera, like this thing must be made by Samsung with how detailed it is. So he'd easily be able to see that there's a kid inside of Ko, which leads me to believe he just doesn't give a solitary fuck. Oh, Ko twitched a little bit? Dead. Ko opened the door? Dead. Ko scratched her ass? Fucking dead. Like, who hired this douche? Like, you'll spend millions to make sentient, conscious robots that can die, but you can't hire a competent security guard that actually pays attention and doesn't zap children to death? Did William Afton open this store as some kind of testing rounds for the ones we see in Sister Location? Anyway, back to the breathing screen. At the end of hour 5, no matter what you do and no matter how well you play, BK will start to die. There's nothing you can do, no way to stop it. And Ko has no idea, and that's actually really chilling. Ko is trying really hard to be a hero here. They show her peers that it's wrong to harm the child and that all the BK wanted was to enjoy their birthday. But she has no idea that in her attempt to save the child, she doomed him. The kid dying on their birthday was the biggest tragedy of such a cutesy looking game, sure. But you as Ko, inadvertently killing the one thing you wanted to protect, hit the player like a sack of bricks. It's almost like Ko shouldn't have even bothered in this situation. The kid might have been able to survive. The mother might have actually tried looking for them. The night guard might have spotted him on the cameras and ordered Ko to grab him and bring him to the office so the police could be called. The saddest part of this story is there are several very simple things that could have been put in place to preserve this child's life. A child that just wanted to enjoy his birthday. A kid that just wanted to see probably his favorite characters celebrate his birthday with him. The BK is always so sad when we see him, and the mother made it seem like going to go see Bondee was some special occasion. Knowing how neglectful she is, she probably didn't even want to let him go, and only did so because it was his birthday and felt some sort of obligation to let it happen. She didn't even have the common decency to take him up there herself. The animatronics, the night guard, even Ko being unaware of how easily the kid could die within her. The biggest offender of this entire story is the mother. To the point where, in the custom night mode, you can actually make the mother show up to the barnyard, only to fucking kill you. This woman is pure evil. I feel like video game stories that are good, or at least decent, are taken for granted, and this one is honestly incredibly compelling. I personally get really irrationally upset at tragedies, but this one was so genius that while it does upset me, it upsets me in a good way. It was supposed to make me feel sad for the child. It was supposed to make me sympathetic for Ko. And whether it was supposed to make me hate the adults in this game, that's what I took away from it. Bondee's Barnyard safety violation really is a fun and terrifying tragedy.